Welcome, MHP Rhino Nation, to another episode. Let's get dive deep into MHP's baby.
Yeah. Ever felt stuck trying to navigate the real estate market? Maybe you're dreaming of buying a home, but, that huge down payment feels impossible.
Yeah, that's a common hurdle.
Or you're a homeowner looking to sell without losing a massive chunk to agent commissions. What if there's a path around these traditional roadblocks, creating solutions that genuinely work for everyone involved?
That's the goal, right?
Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into the truly fascinating world of creative real estate finance.
It's a really interesting space.
We're going to unpack innovative strategies that move, far beyond the conventional mortgage, uncovering surprising answers for both buyers and sellers, especially in today's challenging markets.
It's true. Creative finance isn't some kind of magic bullet. It's really about structuring real estate deals in non-traditional ways.
Non-traditional? How so?
Well, this typically involves direct agreements between buyers and sellers, focusing on custom solutions to common problems like, say, high interest rates, limited equity, or even properties that just won't move on the open market. It's truly thinking outside the traditional real estate box.
Our insights for this deep dive come directly from a series of incredibly lively YouTube live streams by veteran real estate investor Richard Taylor.
Yeah, his streams are quite something.
He does more than just explain these concepts. He actually walks through real-time deals, takes live phone calls with sellers, and strategizes with aspiring investors.
Right. It's very hands-on.
It's like having a front row seat to how these non-traditional transactions unfold in the real world.
And our mission for you today is really to distill the core mechanics of these unique approaches. We want to help you cut through the jargon, understand the key terminology.
Get past the buzzwords.
Exactly. And highlight specific real-world examples that led to truly unexpected outcomes, showing you exactly how these strategies can be applied, maybe even in your own life.
So with that foundation, let's peel back the layers and examine the core strategies Richard champions. When we talk about creative finance and real estate, what are the primary methods he discusses and what makes them so relevant right now?
Well, the traditional real estate market can feel incredibly rigid, can't it? Especially with current interest rates.
Definitely.
Creative finance offers a much-needed layer of flexibility. Richard Taylor primarily discusses three main types of deals in his streams. The first is mortgage takeover.
Okay, mortgage takeover.
Often referred to as subject to or sub to.
Sub to, right.
This is where a buyer effectively takes over the payments on an existing mortgage. The crucial point here is that the seller typically remains on the original mortgage.
Wait, the seller stays on the loan?
Usually, yes. But the buyer takes full responsibility for those payments and all other property expenses. It's like stepping into someone else's shoes for their mortgage. It offers a lifeline to sellers who need to offload a property quickly without selling it outright, perhaps because they have little to no equity.
I see. So that's sub two. What's next?
The second method is seller finance. This one is quite intuitive. The seller essentially acts as the bank.
Okay. They hold the note.
Precisely. Instead of the buyer having to secure a loan from a traditional lender, the seller provides the financing directly. The buyer then makes payments to the seller over an agreed-upon period.
That seems straightforward. Who benefits most there?
Well, it's fantastic for buyers who might struggle with traditional loan qualifications, credit issues, income proof.
Right.
And for sellers who maybe want to earn interest on their equity over time, rather than just getting a single lump sum, it can be a steady income stream for them.
Makes sense. And the third one, you mentioned it was powerful.
Yes. The third, which is incredibly powerful, is trust acquisitions.
Trust acquisitions. Okay, this sounds a bit more complex.
It can seem that way, but the concept is straightforward. It involves placing the property into a legal trust, and then, crucially, you sell the rights to that trust rather than the property itself.
You sell the trust, not the house.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
The beneficial interest in the trust. This has some genuinely unique implications that can be tremendously advantageous for both parties.
Now, this concept of a trust acquisition really feels like it could be a game changer, especially given some of the current market challenges and regulatory hurdles. What's a subtle but critical advantage of selling a trust instead of the property directly that most people might overlook?
That's a great question, and it really gets to the heart of why this method is so innovative. As Richard explains it, selling a trust is legally considered a personal property transfer, not a direct real estate transaction.
Personal property? Like selling a car, almost.
Kind of, in legal terms. The real magic here is that this distinction allows parties to bypass many of the traditional, often cumbersome regulations and costs associated with a direct real estate sale.
Like what specifically?
Well, this can include certain transfer taxes or avoiding the triggering of due-on-sale clauses.
The bank calling the loan due.
Exactly. Those rules that typically demand the full loan balance be paid immediately if the property were sold outright. Using a trust can navigate around that, though it needs careful handling.
And commissions.
It also means sellers can avoid realtor commissions entirely, turning a complex property sale into a much simpler asset exchange.
Okay, so the seller's name stays on the mortgage then?
Typically, yes. The seller's name remains on the original mortgage to comply with those due-on-sale clauses, technically. But the buyer takes full responsibility for all payments and liabilities associated with the property within the trust.
Right.
And here's a significant benefit for sellers, as highlighted in the source material. Their debt-to-income ratio, or DTI, for that specific property can be offset within about a month.
Offset, what does that mean practically?
It means the lender recognizes the payments are no longer coming from the seller's pocket, even though their name is still on the loan. This can be absolutely crucial for that seller to then qualify for new loans on other property.
Wow, okay. So that's a huge potential upside for the seller.
Definitely.
So these methods truly offer crucial alternatives. They provide pathways for individuals who might not qualify for traditional loans due to credit or income. And for sellers facing situations where a conventional sale simply isn't financially viable, maybe they have high interest rates or very little equity.
Exactly.
It really feels like they address genuine pain points in the market that traditional solutions often can't.
Absolutely. For both sides, it's about unlocking opportunities where, frankly, none seem to exist before.
Let's dive into some specific examples from Richard Taylor's live streams that truly bring these concepts to life. There's this compelling story about a seller named Millennia and her property in Cypress, Texas.
Ah, yes, Millennia's situation is a perfect case study of someone who felt completely trapped.
What was her situation?
Her property was a beautiful, brand-new construction home from 2023, 4 beds, 2.5 baths, 2,500 square feet, listed for $399,000.
Sounds nice. So what was the problem?
Her problem was significant. She owed $382,000.
Oh, wow. Very little equity then.
Almost none. On top of that, she was burdened with a high 6.9% interest rate. The house was vacant, and trying to rent it out would result in negative cash flow of about $1,000 per month. Yeah, roughly $2,500 in potential rent versus $3,500 in total monthly payments. That's mortgage, taxes, HOA, everything.
So she's losing money every month.
Correct. And her realtor had kept it on the market for 73 days with 0 offers. She was essentially bleeding money with no end in sight.
So what was the creative solution?
Richard Taylor's solution was quite remarkable in its speed and efficacy. He leveraged his online community during a live stream and found a buyer, a woman named Alma.
Live on stream?
Yes. Found her in an astonishing 73 seconds.
73 seconds? You're kidding.
Nope. Alma was willing to put $5,000 down, with her total entry costs hovering between $10,000 and $11,000 to cover closing costs, plus Richard's $5,000 assignment fee.
Okay.
And Alma effectively took over the mortgage payments via trust structure.
And so for Millennia, the core insight here wasn't just getting rid of a problem property, but significant financial relief, right?
Precisely. This created a clear win-win, and the financial savings were profound. Millennia, the seller, avoided losing an estimated $12,000 she would have incurred with realtor commissions and other out-of-pocket expenses if she'd gone the traditional route.
So she basically broke even instead of taking a big loss.
Exactly. She walked away from a draining situation without losing thousands. And Alma, the buyer, gained ownership of a nearly $400,000 new construction home with a very low down payment, completely bypassing the traditional loan qualification process.
That's amazing. It really shows how these deals can solve seemingly intractable problems with incredible speed and direct financial benefits.
It does. It's powerful stuff.
It's not just about rescuing sellers, though. I remember another deal from Richard Stream's Louis' Duplex that really highlights how creative finance can create incredible buying opportunities. Could you walk us through that?
Absolutely. Louis's story demonstrates the power of negotiation within creative finance, specifically seller financing in this case.
Okay.
He was looking at a duplex in Panama City Beach, and the initial counteroffer from the seller was, frankly, quite poor. Richard called it a dog shit counter, actually.
Huh. Okay, what were the terms?
They were asking for $150,000 down and 6% interest.
Whoa, that's steep.
Yeah, most buyers would have just walked away. But through strategic negotiation, Richard was able to secure terms for Louis that were dramatically better.
How much better?
Only $50,000 down.
Okay, much less.
And a remarkable 0% interest for 6 years.
0% interest for 6 years.
0%. And monthly payments of just $1,100. Think about that for a moment. 0% interest on a significant asset like a duplex.
Wow, that's a massive difference. For the buyer, Louis, what did that negotiation achieve beyond just lower payments?
Well, for Louis, those attractive terms created a potential $25,000 profit opportunity right off the bat, purely by structuring the deal in a non-traditional way and negotiating hard.
Just from the terms themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It underscores how creative finance empowers buyers to achieve homeownership or investment goals with terms that are simply unavailable through conventional lenders just by directly engaging with a motivated seller.
Finding that sweet spot.
Right, where a seller's desire to offload a property meets a buyer's need for flexible financing.
So whether you're a seller like Millennia feeling trapped or a buyer like Louis looking for an edge, it really sounds like these non-traditional paths offer a genuine lifeline when traditional agents and lenders just hit a wall.
They really can.
This raises an important question, though. How are these specific opportunities identified? I mean, these sellers aren't always waving a flag, right? The source material frequently mentions a tool called PropStream. Sounds pretty central to the whole process.
PropStream is indeed a critical tool for identifying these opportunities. It's a powerful data platform.
What does it do?
It allows investors to filter properties based on specific criteria to find what Richard calls motivated sellers.
Motivated.
Well, you can pinpoint properties with low equity, like Millennia's or middle equity. You can find properties currently in pre-foreclosure status, or even properties that are owned free and clear, but aren't generating positive cash flow for the owner.
So you're looking for financial pressure points.
Exactly. By using these filters, investors can identify sellers who are likely under some kind of financial pressure or whose property just isn't performing as an investment. These are the folks who are much more likely to consider a creative finance offer compared to someone just testing the market with a conventional sale.
Got it. And it's not just about the sticker price or the monthly payment, is it? It seems like interest rates play a much bigger role here than just the payment amount. I remember an analogy about an escalator from the source material.
Yes, the escalator analogy. It's a profound point, and Richard illustrates it vividly.
How does it work?
He says high interest rates severely limit how much of your monthly mortgage payment actually goes towards reducing the principal debt. He likens it to running up an escalator the wrong way.
Running up the down escalator.
Exactly. You're expending a lot of effort, making that large monthly payment, but making very little progress in actually paying down the principal balance.
Can you give an example?
Sure. If you have, say, a $3,000 monthly payment in a high-interest environment, you might find that only $300 of that is reducing your principal.
Only $300. Where does the rest go?
The vast majority, $2,700 in this example, goes solely to interest. You're mostly just servicing the debt, not paying it off.
Wow. That really puts it in perspective.
It vividly explains why a 0% interest rate deal, like Louis' duplex deal, is so incredibly valuable and attractive.
Because every dollar goes to principal.
Every single dollar paid goes directly to building equity. It highlights that the sticker price is only one part of the equation. The interest rate fundamentally dictates how fast you actually gain ownership of that asset.
That makes perfect sense. It seems like PropStream also helps uncover other unique opportunities beyond the strict creative finance models, showing how broad the concept of a motivated seller can be. What other types of deals are often found using these methods?
That's right. The data tools help identify a whole spectrum of scenarios. For example, there are cash deals.
Straight cash offers.
Right, which often involves significantly lowball offers, especially for distressed properties. You might need to offer, say, $20,000 to $30,000 below a $39,900 asking price in maybe a high-crime, low-discount area like East Cleveland.
Why so low?
It's simply due to the property's condition, the location, and the seller's likely need for a rapid, no-hassle, certain sale. The motivation there is speed and certainty over getting top dollar.
Okay. Any other types?
Another category Richard mentions is Section 8 housing opportunities.
Ah, government-subsidized housing.
Correct. Certain markets are much better suited for Section 8 buyers and investors. Places like Ohio, cities, Columbus, Dayton, Cleveland, also Memphis, St. Louis, Birmingham, Huntsville.
Why those places?
These are areas where the demand and the local infrastructure for Section 8 are strong. Conversely, markets like Texas and Georgia are considered less ideal for Section 8 deals unless you have specific pre-identified buyers lined up.
So market dynamics always matter.
Absolutely. It shows that finding the right opportunity for a motivated seller always depends on the local context, too.
From Millennia's unexpected relief to Louis' incredible 0% interest deal, we've seen how creative finance truly reshapes what's possible in real estate. It's really not just about complex transactions, is it?
No, not at all.
It's about forging genuine solutions for sellers who might be trapped by high rates or low equity, and unlocking pathways to homeownership for buyers who might otherwise be completely shut out of the traditional market. It feels truly impactful.
Indeed. I think the core lesson here is that these strategies empower individuals, both buyers and sellers, to think beyond conventional real estate norms.
Think outside the box.
Exactly. By understanding the underlying motivations of both parties, what they really need, not just what they say they want, and leveraging specific financial tools and data like PropStream, you can find opportunities for significant gains.
Gains that aren't just financial, maybe?
Right? Personal gains, too, getting into a home, getting out of a bad situation. Opportunities that are often completely overlooked by the mainstream market because they don't fit the standard mold. It's about seeing the puzzle pieces that others miss. So here's a thought to leave you with. As you consider these unconventional paths to real estate, what hidden motivations in your own community might unlock the next no-brainer deal if only you knew how to look beyond the surface of a traditional listing?
That's a great question to ponder. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of creative real estate finance. We hope you found some surprising facts and maybe some actionable insights to become even more well-informed.